Cześć, z tej strony Moliturus. Witam w kolejnym odcinku serii Hogwarts Legacy. Jesteśmy w wielkiej sali i jakby kończymy jak zwykle. Pojawia się po poprzednim odcinku pojawiła się informacja, że mamy jeszcze z Nati porozmawiać. Także lecimy.
I still can't believe we escaped the Ashwinders.
You may not realize it, but you are the talk of the school since you saved me that day.
I wonder how everyone knows about it.
I told my mother in the hope that she would be more forgiving of what I have been up to if it came from me. She likely told other professors, and news travels quickly. Unfortunately, she might, in fact, have been even less forgiving than I'd hoped.
If she knew more about what you've done, I suspect she'd be proud.
If she knew any more about what I've done, she would never let me out of her sight again.
I'm sorry. Has Officer Singer done anything with the evidence we provided?
She has not. Harlow is as strong as ever. Someone needs to stop him, whether it is us or Officer Singer. If someone had stopped the monsters like him in Matabeleland, my father would be alive today.
What exactly happened to your father?
It was a beautiful day. My mother had gone to tend to a neighbor who was ill, and so my father and I were galloping in the savannah.
Galloping? Your father was also an animagus, I take it?
He could become the most majestic giraffe, and he would carry me on his back, my arms around his neck. We were on our way home when we surprised a group of bandits who had come from our village. One of them saw me just as he removed a scarf from his face. He shouted and then aimed his rifle.
He didn't want you to identify him.
Exactly. In an instant, my father bowed his neck to protect me and was hit. As he fell, my father changed back into his human form. When the bandits saw this, they turned and ran in fear. Magic terrified them, and then he was gone. And it was all my fault.
Your fault?
Oh.
How so?
He died protecting me. If I had been capable of protecting myself, he would still be alive today. My mother and I tried to go on without him, but it became too much for us there. A few years later, we left to come to Scotland.
Do you think taking down the Ashwinders will avenge your father's death?
No. Vengeance is not what drives me. My father would not want that. He and my mother raised me to believe that it is a privilege to be able to fight for those who cannot. I know there is risk involved, but I feel it is worth it. I am glad you seem to think so too.
What does your mother think about all of this?
Well, as you saw, she worries a great deal. She is an excellent seer, but I think it bothers her to this day that she did not see my father's death coming. She misses him, as do I. So I believe on some level she understands my need to seek justice in a small way. But that does not mean that she likes it.
Do you think your father would approve of the things we've been doing?
Oh my, that is a good question. In theory, yes. Although he would worry as my mother does. But I think he, of all people, would understand my persistence. My father never shied away from a fight for good, no matter how ruthless the foe. And I think he would have enjoyed knowing that I had a compatriot like you.
I'm sorry, Natty. I can't imagine what you've been through. Your father sounds exceptional.
He was truly extraordinary. And thank you for your kind words. We all have our burdens. My father had a saying about that.
Yes, I remember. Rain does not fall on one roof alone.
Exactly. Soon you and I will put an end to the Ashwinders, beginning with Harlow. And once he is gone, we will turn our attention to Rookwood. We are making progress, and we will succeed. Thank you again for saving me. You deserve all of the praise you have received.
No, taka jesteśmy. Dobra, kolejne zadanie. bo w międzyczasie posprzedawałem trochę rzeczy i ulepszyłem sobie tą miotłę, czyli to było takie zadanie na zakup. Ależ, ojej, gdzie my jesteśmy? W ogóle zapomniałem, że tu jeszcze jest taka... Dobra, polecimy tam. W takim razie mamy też odblokowane zadanie główne. Dzielny odcinek. $2000. Okej.
Revelio.
Czy w ogóle można polecieć? Czy nie można? Okej, i co?
Revelio.
To trzeba będzie przejść pod tymi kurami? Dobra, zobaczmy, czy z tego wyjdzie.
What I wouldn't give for a cup of mushroom tea.
Imperio.
At your service. Tch. Ah,
You are terribly outmatched. Surely you can see that. Wizard kind will submit to us.
Revelio.
No ciekawe, czy trolla.
Imperio.
Who's there? Tch. Tch. Ah.
I'll avenge your death.
Revelio.
Dobra, idziemy do kopalni.
Don't see myself doing this sort of thing forever, though. Fancy I'll have my own operation worked out one day. People working for me.
Would you focus to tell us? Revelio.
co? Chyba jednak sobie odpuścimy. Tu jest za dużo rzeczy do zrobienia. Ja zrobię cięcie. W takim razie przeniesiemy się do pokoju wspólnego. Po cięciu pójdziemy wątkiem głównym. O, w ten sposób. Cześć, z tej strony Moriturus. Witam w kolejnym odcinku serii Hogwarts Legacy. Akurat znajdujemy się w Hogwarcie. Czekajcie. Dobra. Już chciałem sprawdzić ustawienia. W Hogwarcie dzisiaj polecimy misją główną, ale tu pojawiło się jakieś zadanie poboczne. Akurat przechodziłem, więc włączyłem nagrywanie. Zobaczmy, co będzie.
Hello, Sophronia. That was quite the quiz you gave me. What are you up to now?
Oh, I'm glad you enjoyed it. Very helpful of you. I'm actually working on something equally interesting, but need help from a fifth year, so it's good you came along. Are you familiar with Herodiana Byrne? Don't answer that. Of course you're not. No one seems to know of her but me. She's only the single greatest Depulso master of all time, even taught at Hogwarts, briefly.
How interesting. I'm amazed I've never heard of her.
It's a travesty she's not more well known. I often read about great witches in my limited free time. There are many. Whilst reading about her, I learned that she built a secret Depulso training room here at Hogwarts. But in typical clever Herodiana fashion, one cannot access it unless one knows Depulso, which of course, third years aren't taught.
And you're a third year, so...
Quick one, aren't you? According to what I've read, her signature outfit may still be there. I would love to see it. Would you get Herodiana's signature outfit and show it to me?
What ended up happening to Herodiana Byrne?
In her later years, she taught at Hogwarts, but only for a short while. Just long enough to build a secret hall, it appears. Then one day, she just disappeared. Some say she actually banished herself. No one knows for sure.
How did Herodiana Byrne become famous by casting Depulso?
She once saved orphans from a wild Grafhorn by banishing it over Stonehenge. That's on Salisbury Plain. She once banished a meddlesome dark wizard all the way to Durmstrang while she was in the Alps. That one may have been exaggerated, but lots of the stories about her certainly aren't.
Okej, to
If you
czyli
tell me
całkiem
where to
mocne
go, I'll see what
depulso.
I can do about it.
Simply go to the Hall of Herodiana. It's at the base of the Defense Against the Dark Arts Tower. There, you'll find a series of Depulso puzzles concealing pieces of Herodiana's ensemble.
Very well. I shall let you know if I find anything.
Super.
I can't wait to see Herodiana's famous ensemble. Perhaps on the copy.
Revelio! Suppose I should look for that secret hall Sophronia told me about. It does sound interesting.
To lecimy. Brakuje mi 2 kluczy Dedala. Tak nie do końca wiem, gdzie mogą się znajdować.
Revelio.
What do you want? That look behind. I'm sorry.
Tu jeszcze jest tyle rzeczy, których nie ten. Jakieś klucze, okej. A tu jakieś dodatkowe zadanie.
nerve taking them down.
Pardon me. Is everything all right?
No, it's not. We only had 2 bells to go, but she just had to go and spoil things.
I'm afraid I don't follow. Who spoiled things? Also, what bells?
Professor Black ordered Mr. Moon to take down the bells in the bell tower. Said they were giving him a headache. Those bells are a part of Hogwarts. I wasn't about to let that happen. So I asked my friend Adelaide to help me put them back. We've always been a duo of sorts, Adelaide and Evangeline. Addie and Evie. Anyway, it was going swimmingly until Black started asking questions. Then she wasn't comfortable with our rule breaking. Now I'm stuck, unable to tell which bell goes where.
Is it really that important that the bells go back up?
Is it really that important? They're part of the school's history. Those bells likely told a young Merlin that he was running late to Charms, or called Ignatia Wildsmith to dinner. We can't simply fiddle with history. We're meant to be its stewards.
It's certainly an odd decree, even for Black. Taking down the bells for a headache.
I agree. I thought it might also have been that they interrupted his hourly naps. That's all he does in his office, you know. But then I heard... Can you keep a secret?
I can.
I heard from Alice, who heard from Ollie, who heard from Eugenia, that it's because the bells reminded him of his wedding day. Breaks out in a sweat every hour on the hour. But mum's the word.
If only 2 bells are left, isn't it fairly easy to tell which goes where?
Easy for you, perhaps. I happen to be tone deaf. Mother likes to say I couldn't carry a tune if it hopped on my back like a chocolate frog. No point putting them back in if they don't sound just as they did before, for the sake of historical accuracy.
Perhaps I could help put the bells back up.
Really? Oh, that would be wonderful. The bells are in the bell tower just above the music room. You're certainly of more help than Adelaide.
I imagine the bells are just inside the bell tower.
Tak, ale to nie teraz. Ponieważ my na razie tutaj.
Revelio.
The race is on her way to becoming the fastest flyer in Hogwarts history.
I miss going to matches. Cheering everyone on was magnificent fun.
Czyli tutaj jeszcze są rzeczy do... Dobra, tam jest wejście do komnaty, okej, ale tutaj... Jest jakieś wejście... nie.
Revelio.
I've been sending out my mother, pleading with her to send my favorite nightcap.
Nie, no dobra, bez sensu. Ale trochę mnie to tam zaintrygowało.
Revelio.
Tutaj to chyba jeszcze nie byłem. Chociaż nie, przybiegałem na pewno.
Peasy has a brand new game. Just beware the open flame.
This must be the entrance to the Hall of Herodiana.
Okej, no tak.
And find those puzzles. Revelio. Now to see if Herodiana Byrne was as good as Sophronia said she was. Defender!
Wow, nie to.
Depulso!
Tak przesuwać? Jaką moc tutaj mamy? To chyba taką mocą nie dysponuje normalnie. Okej.
Revelio! Depulso. Revelio. That chest looks interesting. That wasn't too hard. I wonder what's next. Revelio. Depulso.
Co teraz? Zepsułem. Czekajcie.
Depulso. Accio.
A, to też działa. Dobra. Okej. Wow. Okej. Spoko. Jak Tetris.
Depulso.
Hop.
Accio.
No, naprawdę. Jak w Tetrisie.
Depulso.
Ach, dobra. Czekajcie, to jeszcze inaczej. Właściwie na to mogę wskoczyć. Okej. Bo chcę tam to jeszcze zgarnąć.
Accio. Depulso.
Chyba źle zrobiłem.
Accio. Depulso.
Co to jest tamto?
Accio. Depulso.
Może z tej strony tu... Nie wejdę tu z tej strony. Aj, chyba coś źle.
Depulso! Flipendo! Accio!
Okej. To damy... Nie, to damy tu. Tu zrobił tak, tu.
Depulso! Accio! Depulso! Accio!
Nie, też źle. Ojku. Ach. Czekajcie, nie.
Accio! Depulso!
Czyli już nic nie można zrobić. Niedobrze.
Accio!
Dobra. Tu mi się schowa i tu będzie. No to nie.
Depulso! Accio!
Ten kwadrat musi być tutaj. I tak to muszę zrobić. Nie mogę tego zamienić w żaden sposób.
Flipendo!
Nie.
Depulso! Accio! Accio!
Teraz zobaczymy, czy to w ogóle wyjdzie.
Depulso!
Okej.
Accio!
A, dzisiaj nic z tego. Czekajcie, tu, tam, tu, tam wepchniemy. Dobra. Może się uda.
Accio. Depulso.
Dobra, to na razie odsuniemy.
Accio. Depulso.
Dobra. Teraz zrobimy...
Accio. Depulso.
To nie wchodzi tutaj. Dlatego to nie przewidziałem. Że to tutaj nie wchodzi. No dobra, no to jak mam to teraz zrobić? A spróbujmy w ten sposób.
Revelio. Accio.
Nie, nie, nie. Dobra. Nie wiem, czy to byłoby za łatwe.
Accio. Depulso. Accio.
Nie, jestem tutaj w życiu nie doskoczę.
Accio.
Ach, nie to chciałem. Nie to chciałem.
Depulso. Accio.
No dobra, to jest wyjście, ale mnie tam to interesuje. Jak się tam dostać? No bo dwóch chyba nie mogę zrobić. Jak dam tu... A zróbmy jeszcze inaczej.
Depulso.
Dobra.
Accio.
To źle, no, to samo wyszło.
Revelio. Flipendo.
Co z tym można zrobić?
Expelliarmus. Confringo. Defendo.
Chyba nic.
Revelio.
Kurczę, zawsze byłem dobry w takich łamigłówkach.
Accio.
Nie, to by było za proste.
Bombarda. Depulso.
Czekajcie, a może tu można zrobić coś takiego?
Accio.
Nie, to by było zbyt... Tak jak w którymś innym zadaniu można było sobie... Co to było?
Depulso. Accio. Depulso. Accio.
Dobra, i teraz słuchajcie, a może... Nie, no bez sensu, to nic nie da. To będzie tutaj.
Accio!
No właśnie, ja tutaj nie doskoczę. Ale może.
Accio! Depulso!
Czekajcie.
Accio!
Głupi pomysł. Na tamtym kwadracie to móc wbić.
Depulso! Accio!
Okej, dobra.
Accio!
Dobra, to zrobić pewnie cięcie, pewnie jakąś tam część wytnę, bo to jest bez sensu. W postprodukcji.
Depulso! I think I'm getting the hang of this now. Just one left.
No właśnie. Moment.
Revelio. Depulso. Revelio.
Tu żadnych tych, a tu jest.
Accio!
Okej.
Depulsion! Accio!
Nie, to nie tak. To nie tak.
Accio!
Jak tu, no to samo wyjdzie.
Depulsion! Accio! Depulsion! Accio! 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 Revelio. Accio. Depulso. Depulso. Accio. Accio. Depulso. Accio. Flipendo. Depulso. Accio. Revelio. Accio. Accio. Flipendo. Depulso. Revelio. Depulso! Revelio. Depulso. Accio.
O co tu chodzi? Prawda?
Revelio.
Dlaczego to jest? Okej, czekajcie.
Depulso.
A to nam restartuje, a wtedy się zabijałem wcześniej. Dobra. Okej. To wiecie co? To teraz...
Accio.
Tu...
Depulso.
Tu... Może się uda. Czyli trzeba było zrestartować po zebraniu tej skrzyni, albo nie zbierać... Tak to wymyślili skubańce.
Accio.
Hurra, hurra i... I trzeba... Dobra.
Accio.
Sprawdzę, że proste.
That's the last of them. Seems I was a match for Herodiana, and this must be the last piece of Herodiana's ensemble. It is remarkable. No wonder Sophronia wanted to see this. Revelio.
No dobra.
Revelio.
Once a coward, always a coward. Just ask Duncan Hobhouse.
Możemy tutaj znów wejść?
Duncan Brattleby must have nearly wet himself when you won every single
Depulso.
once battle.
Okej, dobra.
Revelio.
No w ogóle choiny się pojawiły. Dobra, tu nic nie było. Okej.
How nice to see you, my young friend.
My young friend. Jeszcze wyżej? Ojejku, prawda?
Revelio.
Mam nadzieję, że tutaj nie ma żadnego jakiegoś trofeum ukrytego za pogłaskanie wszystkich kotów w grze, bo byłoby to naprawdę trochę bez sensu.
And a historian's uniform. It was brilliant.
Albo poturlanie wszystkich globusów.
Well, did you find the hall?
Sophronia, I solved all the puzzles in the Hall of Herodiana.
Incredible! Then you found Herodiana's outfit. May I see it?
Of course, but not for free. That wasn't easy.
Of course, I'd pay anything. Oh, how grand! You'll look as majestic as Herodiana herself, the greatest depulso master of all time. You're my second favorite hero!
500, sporo. Dobra. W związku z tym, że ten odcinek trochę potnę, to lecimy dalej. Do sali muzycznej. No dobra. Gdzie to jest? Żeby jakoś tam szybko się dostać? No to jeszcze muszę wygrać, no ale to...
Revelio.
To te dzwony? Chyba jeszcze nie byliśmy w sali muzycznej, nie?
Revelio.
Naprawdę z tych skrzyń jeszcze można jakąś kasę wyciągnąć. No dobra, i co dalej? Co mam zrobić?
Revelio. The bells must be upstairs. Alohomora.
Naprawdę te zamki to nic takiego trudnego. Kręcimy dopóki znaczy, się kółka nie zaczną kręcić. A na początku myślałem, że trzeba jakieś wzory tu układać. No ale okej.
Revelio.
Dobra, jeden dzwon jest.
Found them. I'll have to get those up there somehow. Wingardium Leviosa, perhaps. Accio! Wingardium Leviosa. One up, one to go. Revelio.
Tylko tyle?
Revelio.
Dobra, i tu pewnie tam przeskoczymy, okej. Ale najpierw... Gdzie jest ten dzwon tutaj?
Accio. Wingardium Leviosa. Well, that wasn't too hard. Evangeline should be pleased about this, even if Black isn't.
Dobra, do niej wrócimy, ale za chwilę, a teraz... Hop. I nas wypluła. Chyba to będzie najszybciej.
Who would have thought someone as young as me could save my uncle's life?
Revelio.
Uncle Roland sends his best. He often asks after you and his owls.
Hello, Adelaide. How are you and your uncle doing?
Very well, thanks to you. The more I learn about Ranrock's foul lot, the more astounded I am that my uncle survived. I looked back over his old owls and noticed that they included pertinent details about his rare metal deposits. I believe that Ranrock's fiends were after those deposits and that they needed my uncle's knowledge. He was willingly going to rot away in that cell to keep me safe.
Any other pertinent details about those owls?
Plenty. Uncle Roland couldn't be certain, but he thought he overheard goblins talking about infusing something into goblin silver. He wasn't sure what they meant, but something about the way they spoke of it made his skin crawl. Ugh, it's clear you saved my uncle from a very bad lot.
It was nothing at all, Adelaide. I'm just glad your uncle's safe.
So am I. Seeing him again was such a relief. I told him that he must remain vigilant from now on. I, for one, can't help but look over my shoulder now whenever I leave the castle grounds.
Revelio. back up, Evangeline.
Oh, you're a credit to the school. I can't wait to hear them. I can't wait for the headmaster to hear them. I wish I could see his face. Future generations may not truly appreciate what you've done, but I do. And I hope that you do as well. You don't know how much this means for me and for Hogwarts.
Okej, zadanie skończone, czyli co nam zostało? Właściwie pokażę wam, czekajcie. Co mi tu w ogóle... Jeszcze jedna została, słuchajcie, będą wszystkie różdżki. Ptasia. Ona nie jest podobna do... Ptasia brązowa. A, botaniczna. O, to też jest ładna. Tak. To mi do włosów by pasowała. Ale nie idziemy do O, ta jest też ładna. Czyli co, ostatnia jedna różdżka tylko została do odnalezienia. Super. Pewnie będzie najciężej ją znaleźć, jak zwykle. Jak widzicie, kolekcja się powiększa. A uchwyty różdżek. Dobra, tu jeszcze w takim razie misje, ok. Wszystkie rośliny, więcej już nie ma jakby w temacie. Dobra. No dobra, to w takim razie w kolejnym odcinku polecimy z wątkiem głównym. Dzięki, że byliście. Trzymajcie się. Cześć.